Well, this, in my opinion, is one of the finest cuts we've ever had. A delicacy, some might say.
So we are here to talk about the horror mystery drama Siren Song, which is also known as Bloodlust, and this one is directed by Benedict, Marx, and stars C. Thomas Howell and Matt Silver. Now, the story here basically focuses on this guy who is a food critic, and he's basically kind of getting over the traumatic loss of his girlfriend where she was murdered, that we kind of see at the beginning of the movie. Cut to kind of sometime in the future, and he started to converse to this kind of this girl online, and he gets an invite seemingly from her to kind of come and visit her in this kind of out of the way sort of hotel or inn, and she lives there with her two sisters who harbour a dark secret, which you may be able to tell from the title Siren Song where that may be going. He's pursued by his friend C. Thomas Howell, and while we're there we unravel the mystery of maybe what's happened to his girlfriend, and also the mystery about what these girls actually are. So let's talk about Siren Song. So this, like I said, this is less of a horror film, more of a drama, but with kind of horror elements. But the horror elements really are kind of on the mild side here. There is some suggested cannibalism, and there are some kind of very mild gore scenes, but there's nothing really here that is going to be considered terribly horrific. The main thing for me with this song that stood out for me is the acting. The acting is so poor across the board, unfortunately. So the line delivery from the majority of actors here is quite painful to watch. I don't think the dialogue is particularly well written, I have to say, but the line delivery, there are a couple of people who I would say are okay, but I would say 70% of this cast here are pretty poor actors, and kind of the main character is this guy who's met this girl. It just, the way that's written as well is so ridiculous. He's literally met this girl for the first time after sort of conversing with her online, and he's already sort of talking about moving in with her and stuff. I mean, that's just creepy. I'm sorry, but if this was to happen in real life, and you were to meet someone the first time and they were like, "Oh, let's move in," and we kind of led to believe this guy's the kind of the protagonist, basically, you're like, whoa, creeper alert. So I kind of didn't like that. But because the line delivery, there's no chemistry between these guys. C. Thomas Howell, he's a better actor, I have to say. He's obviously quite an experienced actor. He's never been like a massive name, but he has got quite a good list of credits behind him. So he does a bit more of an okay job here. And the two sisters, the older one, I think, she plays her part. She's very softly spoken, and she kind of comes as a little creepy, which I kind of like. She's also super hot, which is always good. The younger one is a terrible actress, unfortunately, so I wasn't so keen on her, and she's going to be like the more of the wild one, I guess. And towards the end of this film, you'll get kind of like the violence kind of escalates, and there are a couple of murder scenes and, like I say, suggested cannibalism and stuff like that. But there's just not a lot to this film. I'd say some of the locations are quite good. I think it has some good ideas in regards to the idea of these kind of sirens and stuff like that. But at the beginning of this movie, it suggests that these are supernatural beings, but we don't see any of that on the screen, and it comes across as being a little bit kind of pretentious, I think. So I got to be honest with you, there was very little to kind of really recommend this film. A couple of okay ideas, I think, here, but the execution, I feel, was quite poor. It's also got some horrible ADR on it as well, which is really distracting. Anyway, I'm going to give this movie a 2.5 out of 10. Have you seen it? What did you think of it? Leave a comment and I'll look forward to seeing you next time. Bye for now.